could be taken different meanings, but the Sox are just 6 outs away from the American League West Championship. And they're not feeling too good in Texas right now, as you can see. Yes, yes, Sports Channel is indeed #1 with an exclamation point as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Oh, it's great. Man, I wish we could do this every night. Here's Lance Johnson. He's going to lead things off here in the 7th. Curveball grounded. Hole, knocked down by Boone to throw. No! What a play by Brett Boone, though, in right field. Fleming covered, but Lance Johnson beat it. Lou doesn't like that call. Lance now 2 for 3. As you can see, he clearly beats it. Man, that's a close play. Here's Kark with the runner at first and nobody out. See if the Sox want to play some little ball. Last inning, Craig Graybeck laid down a perfect bunt down the third baseline, got himself a base hit in the process. And then the 2-out, 3-run homer by Bo Jackson. Fastball strike inside corner. Jim Blaney's going to be with us at the end of this inning. Tell you all about the happenings in Major League Baseball. Sox with 8 hits, the Mariners with just 2 off the brilliant Wilson Alvarez. How do you get any better than Wilson has been in his last 7 starts? I mean, you look at great pitcher. I mean, the guys that are in the Hall of Fame, and you run out 7 starts in a row like he's put together. That's very rare. Looks like he got him.
Breaking ball. Well, it's not so much the 7 starts as when the 7 starts came. Down the stretch, in the hunt. Texas right on your tail. I'll tell you, I have a lot of admiration for that Texas ball club. They played hard all year long. That Kevin Kennedy has done one hell of a job with that team. They never quit.
Yeah, they had a good season for themselves, and heck, I can remember as recently what was that game in Oakland when Robin Ventura hit that big 2-run homer. They were in position, if the Sox lose that game, to get within 2.5. And what, that's a week ago. Is that all it was a week ago? Sure was. It seems like longer than that, doesn't it? Ozzie bunts. This throw is to second base, and they get Karkovice. Lance safe at third. So Blowers gets the runner at second, and Lou Piniella on his way out to the mound. That slow walk. He's going to make a move here. Right-hander Jeff Nelson will be coming in. The pitch to Ellis, and we'll be back to tell you all about him right after this. Jeff Nelson, big guy, big right-hander coming on the pitch for Seattle. 67 games, 5-3 with a 4.26 earned run average, and he is the ultimate tough guy against right-handed hitters. 52 hits allowed in 57 innings. He has struck out 59. That's a bunch. 31 walks. He will crossfire on you. So Dave Fleming is through for the evening. Tell you what, he worked pretty well, and 6 1/3 innings, gave up the 3 runs. Of course, the big blow, that 3-run shot by, whoa, let me tell you about Bo Jackson. Pound for pound, he could be the man who rises to the occasion as well as anybody in sports. So Nelson comes on, down 3-0. Runners at the corners, 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And look at Ellis Burks. He's 2 for 3 tonight, a couple of singles, and he scored in front of Bo Jackson and Craig Graybeck.
Ellis is getting to be a big play player.
Isn't he? Tell you what, he's done a nice job in that leadoff spot, hasn't he? Yesterday got the big hit, the 2-run double in the 7th inning. That was the eventual game winner of Game 1, and he's been on base twice tonight.
Well, you know yourself, Wimpy, as you mentioned, you got your work cut out for you if you're a right-handed hitter against this guy.
Strike at the knees with the fastball, drops down. My, what is he, 6'8"?
Just got a wicked breaking pitch.
Yeah. Nelson in relief of Dave Fleming. As Toronto trying to lock things up in Milwaukee tonight. They're leading 2-0 in the top of the 7th. They're starting to get some pitching. Slider misses. Oh, buckle of right-hander's knees. Remember that at bat Shane Mack had against this guy at the Kingdom? We went out to see Griffey. I really felt for that guy.
I did too. I felt bad for Shane.
He had not a prayer. Fastball hit in the air, right center field. Griffey there. Lance Johnson tags and will score easily. Sox lead at 4-0. Sac fly for Burks. That's his 74th RBI of the season. Yes. Good at bat there by Ellis. Hanging there off that guy. So another happy group of campers, as you can see. And Graybeck will hit. Greg is 2 for 3 tonight, a couple of singles, and he also scored on that homer by Bo last inning. 4-0, good guys in black. Oh, there's that big slurve. Another breaking ball. That one misses. 1-1 to Grayback, who's hitting .240 with his 2 for 3 night going. Filling in for Joey Cora. Joey just getting a little break. The Sox are able to hang on here, Hawk. It'll be interesting to see just when he'll rest the regulars. Prepare for that playoff. Fouls it off. Looks to me like Frank might need a day or two with that arm.
A lot of times in a situation or a scenario such as that, you allow the players to use their own discretion sometimes.
Yeah, that's a good point. Of course, Frank in the hunt, leading candidate certainly in the American League for the most valuable player. Pitch out. Ozzie Guillen not going anywhere. 2-2 pitch coming up. There's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Sox on top 4-0. Wilson Alvarez has that 2-hitter. 31 consecutive scoreless innings for the youngster. Boy, does he look upset. This game's really gotten to him. Breaking ball, foul, left side. Greg getting .295 with 8 RBIs at Comiskey Park this season, so he has done very nicely at home. Of course, Tim Raines will get a chance to rest that foot, aching foot. Oh boy. Started that one off behind him. Boy, he'd have got me right on my fanny on that one. I'd have been flat on my back looking at that, praying for a ball. 3-2, Ozzie will be in motion. There he goes. And he walked him. And just in case you missed it, here's Bo Jackson. 3, and boy, he cleared that front hip there, didn't he? That's a great moment right there. Yes!
A big moment.
Oh, yeah. You see Rock trying to lift him after he hit that hard. Didn't quite get him up. Frank hits a grounder towards the shortstop. The play by Vizquel, he got him. That'll do it for the Sox. Pick up another one, and after 7 from Comiskey, good guys lead it 4-0. Top of the 8th, a little wishful thinking here, but Wilson Alvarez has been in complete command. Yes! Sox and Sports Channel, what a combo. Lady, she's in the bullpen, getting loose. This place is getting ready to explode. We can get 6 more outs here. And Wilson Alvarez working for his 7th consecutive victory here tonight. He's going to face Dave Valley, Omar Vizquel, and Brian Turang. First pitch, check swing. That's foul. Ooh, Wilson, he's all over the place.
Maybe we got to wish a big White Sox hello and speedy recovery to Joe Connor, Sheila DuBois' father, watching the game tonight. And hope you're feeling better and get well soon, Joe.
Now this will be a little shot in the arm for Joe.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this. Wilson, you're totally awesome, dude. Oh, 1 to Valley. A little nubber towards shortstop. Ventura cuts it off. The one bouncer in the dirt. Frank can't come up with it. So Valley is safe on an infield single. 3rd hit for the M's. Boy, that's a tough play.
Well, they've had 3 base hits. One of them was a bunt single. Doug Stortenmeyer Jr. and this infield single right here.
That's right.
By Valley.
We could be very easily looking at a no-hitter tonight. And I'll tell you what, Robin had a little bit more time than he thought because Valley is not a speed merchant.
He just couldn't get the ears on him.
Yeah. Here's Omar Vizquel with a runner at first base and nobody out here in the Mariner 8th. Takes a bunt, pulls it back, ball 1. Activity for the Mariners. It's Dwayne Henry, former Houston Astro, Texas Ranger, Cincinnati Red. I played with Dwayne. 2-0. Sox swung way around the right field on Vizquel. Up high, 3-0. Omar's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly out to left. And this guy can pick it. Last year, he led the major league shortstops with a .980 fielding percentage. He's a good player. Fastball, he pours it in there, 3-1. See if he's taking another one. 3-1 count, nobody out. Top of the 8th inning, the Sox with a 4-run advantage. He walked him. Woo. And there you see the Sox pen. Kirk McCaskill is the right-hander and Scott Rodinsky the lefty. Skipper Gene Lamont love to close this thing out. I'm sure he'd like to give Wilson an opportunity. Close it out himself. The youngster has just been brilliant. But right now, a little bit of a problem. Runners at first and second, nobody out. Wilson has walked 3. And he has struck out 6. Not a whole lot of good swings have been taken off him. Turang takes the ball up high. Most pitches per start. The figures of Randy Johnson and David Cohn, they throw a lot. Eldred and Wilson Alvarez, fourth in that category.
Well, right now, Wilson just got to his Ozzie. Ozzie is really good with Alvarez. Really good. Seems like Ozzie is even more so than Jackie Brown or Gene Lamont or anybody. He is the one man who can go in and talk to him and get him refocused.
There's that word again. Well, refocusing session is concluded.
Therapy is concluded.
Yeah, there you go. Ozzie is finite with his habla. And there's a fastball down low, 2-0.
He just aimed that pitch.
And Jackie Brown's going to pay a visit, along with Ozzie and Ron Karkovice.
As we talked about earlier, when it'll be the last 3 times that Wilson Alvarez has been out there, he has left the ball game after 8 innings with a shutout. Now, how many times have you ever seen that?
I don't think I've ever seen that.
I haven't. And he's into the 8th inning right here, but he's got 2 on and nobody out. I don't think. Well, Gene Lamont, he's got an awful lot of confidence in that young left-hander. He has just grown and grown this year.
Well, you're right. Even when Wilson was struggling, his biggest backer was Gene Lamont. Early on, when he was really struggling with his control in particular, he says, this young man's going to be one of the best pitchers in the American League. And he wasn't wrong. So he's got some work to do right here. He's got to throw a strike to Turang. He'll be taking. He pours it in there, 2-1. Check swing, fouls it into the crowd. So the count even at 2. And there's certainly nothing wrong with Wilson's stuff. That fastball is still coming up there well over 90 miles an hour. In that range anyway. Just misses outside. So with nobody out, a 3-2 pitch coming up. The White Sox lead it 4-0. Rich Amaral on deck. And then, of course, the very dangerous Ken Griffey Jr.
We'll see how Piniella feels about this youngster. Oh, they're pretty good hack right there.
Yeah. Well, Ron Fairley loves Turang. He just thinks he's a...
Well, he's the kind of story that you got to love.
Oh, yeah.
As you mentioned, a 51st round draft choice. You know how far you got to go to get there from 51st round? As you said, I didn't even know they had 51 rounds.
Yeah. I mean, you were right at the bottom. I mean, everybody is being looked at before you. Maybe even the groundskeepers in some of those places. And we're going to do the 3-2 again. They're not going. And he walked them. Fourth walk issued by Alvarez, his second in a row. And the Mariners have their best opportunity, certainly of the night. The bases are loaded. Nobody out for Rich Amaral. Former White Sox farmhand. He's having a good year at 284. 0 for 2. He had a sacrifice bunt in the first. Rich is the DH tonight. Ken Griffey Jr. on deck, so Alvarez will work. to Amaral. And of course, he should stay in there for Griffey unless they want to bring in Radinsky. We'll see. Amaral a good distance off the plate. Wilson needs to throw strike one. It's upstairs. Sox outfield swung way around the right field. A big gap for Amaral to shoot for is in left center. Gonna have to dial it up though. See if he's swinging here. Takes it 2-0. And Amaral's done a good job with runners in scoring position at 329. There's a strike. He pours it over the inside half of the plate. Runners in scoring position. David Cone, 181. Harris of Boston, 190. Alvarez, wow, 200. They don't hit much when runners are on base. He rises to the occasion. He's got to do it here. 2-1 pitch. Hit deep to left field. Back is Mike Huff on the warning track. Puts it away. That'll score a runner from third. Amaral close to tying this ball game up. And Wilson Alvarez's streak ends at 31 innings of scoreless baseball. Oh, Amaral just did miss it. Off the end. Rich not a real power guy anyway. And Gene Lamont is taking that slow walk out to the pitcher's mound. He's met by Frank Thomas. Well, Frank might be not feeling well. And that's what the deal is. It's not for the pitcher, apparently. Frank going into the clubhouse. We'll let you know as soon as somebody appears. Ozzie Guillen with Wilson Alvarez, as Hawk mentioned, been a great influence on the young left-hander. As Danny Pasqua comes out now, and he'll go in to play first base in relief of Frank Thomas. And there's Elise Thomas. Frank's wife. Emily Odger sitting next to Elise Thomas. We'll have to get you that report on the condition of the Big Hurt as soon as we find out.
As we talked about earlier, I think it's fairly apparent. I don't know if he left because his arm is hurting, but it's fairly apparent at the plate he does have a problem with his left arm. And that's your pull arm. That's your pull arm. You got to pull the bat with that left arm. And it certainly appears in some of the swings that Frank has had since he had that injury that he has been pushing with the right side. That's what's causing his hands to go forward so quick.
Yeah, trying to compensate.
Exactly.
And overcompensation doesn't work too much when you got your swing in that good groove. So hopefully Frank will be able to get some time off. So here's Griffey Jr. He's dangerous, as we all know. And there's a fastball strike. He pours it in there. Griffey with 43 homers. He's driven in 105. 1 for 3 tonight. Left side. Ventura has a play by the dugout, puts it away. Second out of the inning.
And what we are seeing, Wimpy, again, as you alluded to earlier, the confidence that Gene Lamont has in that young left-hander. You mentioned there's nothing wrong with this stuff. He still has the good stuff. Still throwing hard. The last few hitters hadn't had a chance to throw many breaking balls because he's been behind the count.
Yeah. And he's still able to get him out with that great fastball of his. So here's a tough out Jay Buhner. Jay's 0 for 2. Popped up, strikeout, and a walk tonight. Hitting at 268. Ozzie sneaks in. Vizquel back to second base on the slide. Feet first. Buhner with 25 long ones. He's driven in 90. Second on the Mariners in those two categories. Of course, Griffey at the top of the pack. Mike Blauer's on deck. There's 2 outs here in the 8th. 4-1 White Sox. Mariners have just 2 hits. 3 hits, that is. 1 in this inning and 2 walks. Curveball hangs high. 2-0. Check that 1-0. There's a fastball down and in. So Buhner's thinking one thing right now. Putting it on the eastbound lane of the Dan Ryan. With the fastball up high. So Wilson still has some work to do here in the 8th inning.
I want to throw him a get-me-over fastball here.
You think he's hacking?
I think there's a real good chance of it.
Yeah.
You got a chance with 2 out to tie ball game up, and you got Buhner at the plate.
Fastball strike.
He was hacking.
Yeah, he was. He had that approach. He didn't like the pitch.
No.
It was on the outside corner and up, and Buhner certainly wants something on the inner half. And Wilson, he didn't throw that one to get it over. He reached back. Here's 3-1 coming. Clark wants it in the same spot. Ooh, he pops that one straight back. And here they come. The Sox are out. Fans want a strike right here. Pops it up again. It's in the upper tank. Buhner, he's up there cutting and slashing. Buhner with that slightly open stance at the plate. Feet close together. Getting a better look at the ball. He changed his hitting style, and he's adapted well. Kind of like a Mike Bordick approach. Striding into the ball. Here's a 3-2 once again. Fastball smoked into left field. 1 run will score. The other one in the 3rd. Runners at the corners. A 4-2 ball game. And Mike Blauer's the hitter.
Well, you keep coming at Jay Buhner with 6 or 7 fastballs like Wilson did in this at-bat. And that man is strong. That big Kentuckian can dial it up. He did. And here comes Gene Lamont.
We're going to have a new pitcher. Blowers is the hitter. With 2 out, runners at the corners. Stock still clinging to that 4-2 advantage. And a big hand for Wilson Alvarez. Oh boy, his 7 starts have just been terrific. And the Sox fans showing their appreciation. We'll be back to tell you about Kirk McCaskill right after these messages.
That young man right there has pitched himself another heck of a ball game. Going 7 2/3. Got a little wild here in the top of the 8th inning. What a pitcher he has become.
Great effort by Alvarez. He gave up just 4 hits. And Mike Blowers is up there against Kirk McCaskill. Runners at the corner. Sox lead it 4-2. First pitch, fastball, catches the outside corner. Good pitch by McCaskill. See what Kirk has done in his last 11 relief appearances. 1.63 is his ERA and 27 2/3, so he has adapted very well. There's a shot foul, thank you. First base side. Flowers is 0 for 3 tonight against Alvarez. 2 strikeouts. So McCaskill quickly out in front of the Mariner third baseman. And the fans want another strikeout. Gotcha! Outside corner. He painted up. McCaskill strikes out Flowers. The Sox need 3 more for the championship. Go to the bottom of the 8th. Good guys lead it 4-2.
That's the Sports Channel tail of the tape, bottom of the 8th inning. Kirk McCaskill coming in. Runners at the corners, 2 out after he had just punched out Mike Blowers. 3 straight fastballs. 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Sox. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Mariners. George Bell will lead it off. George 0 for 2. He is lined hard to left. He has been intentionally walked, and he struck out. Big 6'8" right-hander, Jeff Nelson. Breaking ball inside. He joined us late. Sox with 3 in the 6th inning. A 2-out, 3-run homer by Bo Jackson off the southpaw Dave Fleming. On a 3-0 fastball, it was a towering drive if you missed it. It did not appear that it had a chance to get out of here, but the power and the strength of Jackson, it just carried and carried into the second row and the bleachers in left field. Sox added another in the 7th, and the Mariners with 2 here in the top half of this inning.
Bo Jackson is absolutely having the time of his life, isn't he?
It's an amazing story.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, I, for one, in spring training, did not think he had a prayer of playing a game in the major leagues. Here's a strike and a count 2-2.
Yeah, it is. It's an amazing story without question.
But as we said, they have never, in the history of artificial hips, they have never put an artificial hip. As there's a shot down to Blowers. Sucks it up. He's got a gun. And there's 1 out. They have never put an artificial hip in a set of muscles like Bo Jackson.
No, that's for sure. No way, no how.
Wimpy again talking with Randy Hundley, who has an artificial hip. And he just cannot believe it. He says, I know the pain that you go through with that. He said, for a man to get out there and play baseball, he said, it's just inconceivable. Here's Mike Huff. That's a pretty good fastball from Nelson. In the Mariners' 9th, the scheduled hitters are Brett Boone, Greg Litton, and Dave Valley. Outfield straight up. Breaking ball strike, and quickly it's 0-2. And a reminder that we're going to have all, if the Sox can clinch it, all the post-game activity for you right here on Sports Channel. 2 gone. The Whimperoo will be down in the clubhouse with the interviews. So Lou Piniella is going to make a change right here as Robin Ventura. Lou trying to keep this to a 2-run ball game. So a fine job by Jeff Nelson, only that real good at bat by Ellis Burks for the sacrifice fly last inning. He will depart, and we'll be back with the numbers on the new Mariner pitcher right after this. Southpaw Eric Clantenberg making his 20th appearance. No record, a 6.75 ERA. He has worked in just 9 1/3, given up 11 hits, 11 walks, 3 strikeouts, and he's picked up a save. So Clantenberg, a local product from Seattle. As we're 2 outs into the bottom of the 8th inning, Sox lead at 4-2. Here's Robin. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Takes it up high. It's 2-0. Three balls, no strikes. Lance Johnson on deck. Turn him loose. He walks him. They'll bring up Lance Johnson. Lance 2 for 3 tonight. He just keeps rolling along. He scored the run in the 7th inning, giving the Sox the 4-0 lead. There's a ground ball to Hopper. Brett Boone up with it. Over to Litton, and they'll retire the side. So the Sox, they will go to the top of the 9th inning, needing 3 outs to clinch the 1993 American League Western Division Championship. It's the top of the 9th inning, 4-2 White Sox, and if you joined us late and did not see, back in the 6th inning, 2 on, 2 out, 3-0 pitch to Bo Jackson, a towering drive deep into left field. It did not appear it would get out of here, but it did. You can put it on the board, and the Sox led it 3-0. So here we go. Top of the 9th. Brett Boone to lead it off against the right-hander Kirk McCaskill. Strike on the outside corner. Outfield straight up, spread out. One down. We will have a pinch hitter for Greg Litton. It'll be Dave Magadan. Ground ball right side. McCaskill over as Graybeck gets there. 2 out. Nice play by Craig Graybeck. Bo Jackson, the home run, and also the victory lap, showing his appreciation for the great Sox fans as they have poured out over 2 million strong in 1993 as the last out of the ball game, and the expression of Kurt McCaskill tells it all. So the Sox do it. A tough, hard season here in '93. They win it by a score of 4-2.